Howdy! Welcome to my channel. Today I will be showing you how I created these gel prints using embossing folders. So let's begin. So we've got our gel plate and I've got some paper. We've got some book paper and some printer paper, and we've got a lot of different embossing folders. So we're going to be playing with those today. I don't know how many, but these are definitely the ones I was interested in using on the gel plate. So let's see, we're going to start off with this one. And I'm going to bring in the color, I'm going to bring in Tim Holtz Distress Paint in the color Candied Apple. Got to shake it up first because there is a ball in here, so that means it needs to be shaken up. And grab our brayer. Just going to do some cleanup of our brayer. We're going to use the side that is raised just to stamp onto our gel plate, and now we just remove it, and then we can put that on, because we can still use this as a stamp now. We'll just move that onto here. See, that looks really cool. We still have to clean this, but there's no more paint that we can grab for stamping. So the way we're going to clean this is the way you would clean a stencil when you're using it on your gel plate, and that's just by putting it in a sink with hot water and soap. That way you can clean it off. Now I'm going to see what this does right here. We're just going to take this piece of paper. We're going to see how this goes. Okay, that didn't work out the way I was thinking it was going to, but that's okay, because this is a learning process. I'm going to see what this looks like, though. That looks actually pretty nice. There's still a bit left, so, but I'm okay with that. We're going to bring in a new paint color. We're going to bring in FolkArt in Calypso Sky. We're going to brayer that on. And we're going to bring in, let's bring in this embossing folder. And now we can use that as a stamp. Looks pretty nice. Now we're going to see what this print looks like. So here's the paper we pulled aside earlier. Let's see how this looks. It's also pretty nice. Let's see how it looks here. And how does this print look? That's kind of faint too, but it's actually kind of pretty. So I like this one so much that I'm going to try to pull a ghost print. So we're going to bring in some apple barrel in white. So let's see what this looks like. Oh, I really like that. That's pretty. Oh, that's cool. We got some of the words from the book paper onto our jelly plate. So let's see what that does. I will have all of the supplies listed in the description box below, just in case you guys are wondering. So I'm gonna bring in DecoArt in Tutti Fruitti. See what that does. Let's bring in this embossing folder. Now, I'm only doing it with the raised side, but you could do it with the sunken inside of the embossing folder. It's just up to you. So let's see what this looks like. Ooh, that's pretty. Let's bring in this sheet of paper. So we don't get the text, but we do get this really pretty print. So I'm gonna bring in some word ones so we can see how to pull one of those kind of prints. So I want to try it with the pure gold. So what do you do with an embossing folder that has words on it if you want to use it on your jelly plate? Okay, so what you do is, so we wouldn't want to use this side that has the words love and all that. We would want to use, let me make sure I know what I'm talking about. Let's try this side. This is my first time. I have no guarantees for y'all as to what it's gonna look like. So let's stamp that onto our that's kind of nice. I mean, the words are backwards, but still, I kind of like it. So I like this one so much, I think we're going to go back in and try it on the opposite side, just to see what that looks like. Let's see how this pulls. You know, I actually kind of like it better with when you stamp it, but I think it does look interesting, and well, you can read the words this way. So let's see what it looks like on a different print. So now that we have all this yummy gold, since I want to try the embossing folder on the reverse side, I'm gonna bring in, well, for this, I'm actually gonna bring in some black to try to pull our ghost print. And for that, I'm bringing in Heidi Swapp Marquee Love. Okay, so that's clean, and there's not much on this, so I'm going to pull this print. I'm going to see if there's a print to pull. Okay, well, there's still some gold under it, probably, so we're going to pull that print also. Yeah, you still get some of the gold. That looks pretty nice. I don't really see the words, but it still looks really nice. So I think since we've already got the gold out, I'm going to try it with gold again. So I'm going to use the side we didn't use the first time around, which would be, so this is the raised side and this is the lowered side. So let's take this off and see how this does as far as stamping goes. I don't really see anything. So let's see what this does. Let's see if this pulls a print. Okay, so the words are backwards. So that's why you, at least on the word die, on the word embossing folder one, you want to go with the raised side versus the non-raised side, because like that's hello, but it's backwards, so it'll be really hard to read. So now we just need to, since we can't pull any of it up, but we obviously can see that there's still some paint on here. You know what? I'm gonna go with Candied Apple. I don't know what that's gonna look like, so let's see. Just bring in some of the book paper to see what this print looks like. That's pretty. Okay, so I cut some of the prints down, and now we're going to stamp some sentiments for the front of the cards. I'm using a retired stamp set by Close to My Heart. It's called Southern Sass Sentiments. It's got some really good ones. So I'm going to start out by stamping Bless Your Heart and Cheers, y'all. Just need to make sure my paper stays flat on my stamp positioning tool. So this is one of those times I'm going to use my washi tape, because sometimes, I don't know, I just have a hard time with stamping a sentiment and keeping my paper nice and straight, so just gotta bring in a little bit more assistance. So we're going to use Intense Black to stamp our sentiments. Then I'm just going to bring in my microfiber cloth to help make sure I get even pressure on the sentiment stamps. So we just need to ink our stamps back up. Yep, that looks good. Now I just need to trim my sentiments down and stick them on the cards. So I'll be right back with a paper trimmer and some adhesive. I was thinking this one would look real cute as a circle, and then I'm gonna trim these other ones in either the rectangle or the postage stamp. So I'm just gonna grab my die cut machine. So just bring in our die cut machine. Oh, that looks cute in a circle. I think that looks super cute. So partially why we cut them down is because we needed to, but also I wanted to let them be able to show what the card bases look like, since I spent that time working on them. So I already glued our prints onto the card bases, and now all we need to do is place our sentiments on their respective cards. I'm not going to embellish these cards other than the die cutting that I did, because, well, honestly, with these type of prints, I think they already stand out so much that I'm one of those people that just needs to calm a piece down a bit. So that's why we're gonna just stick with placing the sentiments down, and that'll be it. Now I'm going to bring in some foam tape to pop these sentiments up. I'm bringing in my T-square because I like to make sure I try to get my pieces all lined up. So if you're from the South, you will find this sentiment really funny for this print because, well, all the words are backwards on the print. So bless your heart is kind of one of those, it's kind of one of those sentiments you say when you're like, oh my goodness, that person is such a mess, bless their heart. Yeah, so that's kind of how that sentiment goes. Now, I'm using Cheers, y'all, for this one because, well, I just like how the gold and the black look together. So, and I'm actually going to switch scissors, and that's because those scissors are my good ribbon cutting scissors. Yeah, I think that looks real good right there. And just the last two stamps. I'm actually going to put the postage stamp right there. Oh, and I know some people have wondered where I get my book paper. I actually get that from books that I purchase at Half Price Books. They have so many books in that store, so, and we have quite a few of those stores in town, so it's just nice to go over there and pick up a cheap book every once in a while that you're like, oh, I think I'm gonna destroy that book and use it for some cool artwork. But yeah, do y'all have a favorite technique you like to do, or is there a technique you wanted to try on the gel plate that you're just a little intimidated by? If so, leave that in the comment section down below, and if I can, I will definitely give that a try. I recently, in fact today, my order of gloss sprays just arrived. I'm very excited to use them, but I need to make sure that they fit, that I get my setup correct for using the gloss sprays on the gel plate. And that's mainly because, well, all the videos I've seen of people using the gloss spray on gel plates seems to be a lot of overspray, which is fine. It's just I don't necessarily need that to mess up my craft room, because I can mess up my craft room all on my own without having to put a lot of paint spray all over the place. So there are our cards for today. If gel prints aren't really your thing, I do a lot of other technique videos on my channel. I hope that if you like what you saw, you click the thumbs up button. Feel free to leave any comment about what you would like to see me try next on my gel plate. Click that subscribe button if you'd like to see more of my videos. Click the bell icon next to the subscribe button to be notified when new videos get uploaded. So I hope y'all stay safe, stay healthy, stay crafty. Have a great day, y'all. Bye.